Well guys, of course, with the official announcement of the existence of a Switch successor from Nintendo, leaks and rumors are going to pour out of the woodworks. And of course, today we have a pretty big one, which could actually be our very first leaked Switch 2 title, or at least one of the first Switch 2 titles coming to the console. I am a little confused by this one, but at the same time it makes a lot of sense, but it does raise a lot of questions for other titles that could be happening as well. Before we dive into this leak slash rumor, I want to say thank you guys so much. We are now just about 6,000 subscribers away. We are super duper close to 300,000 subscribers, and you guys can make it happen super soon. You guys have been tearing it up lately, with the last video getting almost 400 new subscribers in one video. Let's see how many we can get to this video. If you guys enjoy the content and the updates, just leave a like and subscribe. But let's jump into the news. Well, this comes from Midori on Twitter, and they have an excellent track record, and a lot of the times they know what they're talking about. But they might have a brand new leak slash rumor for what to expect as a brand new title, or at least a new title coming to Switch 2. They state, there is a project at Nintendo with the codename U-King-O. It might be related to the rumors of the next Nintendo console codename. And then what's interesting is the next comment below it, Skipper, states, this is an enhanced version of Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild's codename is U-King. For Switch 1 ports, Nintendo likes to add the suffix S to a game's codename, but this one has an O suffix, which they have never used before. I think this is for the successor. Midori then comments beneath that, and C for 3DS, because 3DS is CTR. Skipper goes on to say, yep, the Captain Toad port is the perfect example for this. It was Kinopio on Wii U, and Kinopio S on Switch, and Kinopio C on 3DS. Of course, this is leading people to believe that the codename, or maybe even the real name for the new Switch, is going to start with an O. Maybe the new console is like the Switch Omega or something. So does this mean one of the first new titles we could get is a port or enhanced port of The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild that includes all the DLC that it had and just pretty much looks and runs a lot better? There's a good chance. Now, Breath of the Wild is one of the best-selling games for Nintendo ever, and not only that, but one of the best-selling games on the Switch, so it would make sense if Nintendo wanted to bring this back for Switch 2. But the problem is, there's a sequel for this game. It's called Tears of the Kingdom, and arguably, once people play Tears of the Kingdom, a lot of people I've even heard talk to say, yeah, it's going to be hard to go back to something like Breath of the Wild, because as it is a lot of the same game, it adds a lot more on top of what Breath of the Wild had, meaning it's just more. Why would you want to go back to technically less, where you don't have the depths and you don't have the Sky Islands? Yeah, that is a little weird that Nintendo would want to remake this one and maybe not have like a collection of both of them or something. It's a weird situation altogether, but yeah. One thing I was really hoping Nintendo would do was to find a way to have every single Switch game be enhanced on the new console. Now, it doesn't have to be anything crazy, but just running better at a higher frame rate and also just better graphics. And I hope that's still the case, because that would just be an easy way to fix everything. All the Switch games that you've already purchased, yeah, you could play them on Switch 2 and they just look and play so much better. I hope Nintendo's not going to go back through the catalog of Switch games and start bringing out a whole bunch of old Switch games that we now have to buy again for Switch 2. But there's a good chance that this could just be like a Breath of the Wild thing. Don't let this scare you. You know, Breath of the Wild was a massive game. This is just one of those few games Nintendo probably just wanted to bring back. Don't let that freak you out thinking there's not going to be like a new game at launch or something like that. Definitely not, especially, you know, with the Switch 2 and like the hardware and everything with this. This is definitely going to be a huge brand new game. But of course, you got to remember on launch, there's always that one new game and nothing else. So Nintendo needs a little bit of, you know, other things to have around launch window. So that way you're not just playing the new Mario and that's it. That's all probably a lot of us need. But there's always going to be some smaller titles sprinkled in there as well. Remember, for the Switch, we did have Breath of the Wild, but we also had Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. So maybe this is a situation like this where, you know, of course, they're not going to have a new Zelda ready in time, but they have a brand new 3D Mario, and then, look, Breath of the Wild Deluxe. Now, I'm not going to sit here and act like this doesn't scare me for some reasons, because it actually is a little worrying, because for some titles, I really hope Nintendo doesn't go this route. Man, I'm telling you right now, I don't think I can take another version of Mario Kart 8. It has been forever, since like 2014, since this game came out. I am so over Mario Kart 8. It has been a great ride, yes, and the DLC waves, 2 years of DLC filled with old tracks. It has been amazing. It's been great. We are done with Mario Kart 8. Let's officially move on. And of course this is happening, but I'm just worried that Nintendo's like, oh, here's Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and you have to wait for Mario Kart 9 another 2 years or something like that, because now you can have all the DLC in one pack or something. Please don't do that, Nintendo. Please just give us the next Mario Kart. And that's like my only real fear, especially with Smash Bros. Ultimate. Technically, Smash Ultimate was a new game not coming from another game, so they could still make like a Smash Ultimate Deluxe version or something like that, an ultimate version of Smash Ultimate, and I hope that doesn't happen, because there was lots of DLC characters, of course, with one of the greatest rosters of all time, but I don't want to see this as a thing that Nintendo sells for $60 or something along those lines. Like, I really don't, because to me that's going to be a very clear indicator that Nintendo doesn't want a new Smash Brothers anytime soon or something like that, and I really hope that's not the case. Hopefully there is a like a full-fledged reboot coming for Smash Brothers, and not just Smash Ultimate again. I get it. There are a lot of characters. That would be a cool collection pack. I'm just hoping this doesn't happen. No, I don't see this being like a big thing. I don't think we're going to get like Luigi's Mansion 4, Splatoon 3, Mario Odyssey, and all those games. I think it's just for a select few titles. I'm just hoping like Smash and Mario Kart aren't one of them, because to me, I just feel like it's time to move on with new things. And I hope they don't do like a Wii U to Switch, where the Switch for a while was just getting tons of Wii U games, and Wii U owners are just sitting here like with their hands under our laps, like we've been here. We've seen all these games and played them already. So yeah, that's just the only thing I think I'm worried about, and I think Nintendo's going to be fine. I clearly don't think we're getting another Mario Odyssey, you know, the exact same game again. I think it is going to be a huge, crazy, brand new 3D Mario title like we've all been hearing about. So yes, there are some reasons to get worried, but you got to sit and relax and remember that Breath of the Wild is just a different situation. That game is just a whole different beast of its own. But yeah, it is going to be weird for a lot of people that played Tears of the Kingdom, because yeah, like I said, going back to that game might feel a little, I don't want to, you know what I mean? I can't lie. If it is a thing, would I go back and play it? Maybe. Probably. No time soon, though. That's what's so weird, is Tears of the Kingdom feels like it just came out. I know it's been a year, and it's probably going to be close to 2 years by the time this new console comes out, but still, it just feels too soon. Like, I still have things to go back and do in Tears of the Kingdom before going back to Breath of the Wild again. I've already 100% of that game and collected all the Koroks. I don't even want to think about doing it all over again. So, yeah, that's just the only thing that just feels off to me. But, yes, let me know in the comments down below what you think about this. Would you be excited to play Breath of the Wild again in a deluxe version that runs and looks a lot better with all the DLC included, or would you just pass on this? Definitely let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe before you head out, and like always, I'll see you all on the next one. See you guys.